I'm Hannah McDaniel, and I'm going to talk about the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine. In the news lately, there has been a lot of talk about the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine, also known as the MMR vaccine. Should you get it or should you not? In my opinion, yes, everyone should get the MMR vaccine, not only for their own personal benefit, but also for the community surrounding them. In this speech, I'm going to talk about the dangers of not getting the MMR vaccine, the MMR vaccine and autism theory, and the benefits of getting vaccinated. To begin, not getting the MMR vaccine is dangerous for that individual person and the people surrounding them. That person that is choosing to not get vaccinated is potentially exposing their whole community to a deadly disease that is highly contagious. They're also risking death from an easily preventable disease. All they have to do is simply go get the immunization. In the Center of Disease Control and Prevention's article, Measles, Plan for Travel, it talks about how traveling to other countries with frequent measles outbreaks is extremely dangerous to a person that hasn't gotten the MMR vaccine. It also says that in the United States, most measles cases are a result of international travel. When they get back to the country, they spread this disease to others who aren't vaccinated and potentially start an outbreak. Next, there was a study done in 1998 that concluded that the MMR vaccine can cause autism. The theory was the vaccine caused the intestines to swell, and that led to extra peptides in the bloodstream, and then they eventually made it to the brain, affecting its development. The problem with this study was that there were no control subjects to compare to. After the study was done, a group of scientists revisited the experiment and extended the time after the exposure to the MMR vaccine, and found that there really wasn't a distinct difference between the vaccinated and unvaccinated that got autism. Around the time of the study's publication, and now, there are an increase in number of autism diagnoses, but this isn't because of the MMR vaccine. In Stanley Plotkin's article, Vaccines and Autism, A Tale of Shifting Hypotheses, he talks about this increase more than likely being caused by a broadening of the autism spectrum. With the broadening of the spectrum, more and more people are getting an autism diagnosis that wouldn't have gotten it 20 years ago. In a more recent study, a group of scientists in Denmark found that an increased risk for autism after the MMR vaccination was consistently observed in a subgroup of children defined according to sibling history of autism, autism risk factors, or other childhood vaccinations, or during specified time periods after the vaccination. Studies like the one in 1998 scare parents and then they don't vaccinate their kids. This puts the child at risk for contracting one of these easily preventable diseases. The child could then possibly expose their whole community to the same disease and an outbreak can occur. Finally, there are many benefits that come with getting the MMR vaccine. Just looking at the diseases themselves, they don't really seem like a big deal. It is the complications that come after the initial infection that make these diseases horrible. For example, if a person gets a measles infection, the worst complication is death. This is due to getting subacute sclerosing panencephalitis, also known as SSPE. This is when the measles virus lies dormant in the brain only to reactivate on an average of 7 to 10 years later. According to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, getting the MMR vaccine can decrease your chances of getting the measles by 93%, mumps by 78%, and rubella by 97%. Not only does the vaccine prevent a person from getting measles, mumps, and rubella, it may also protect from other diseases too. ScienceBasedMedicine.org says in an article the benefits of the measles vaccine goes beyond just protecting against measles, that in a new study in Ghana is coming to a conclusion that the MMR vaccine, when taken on a schedule, is having a huge impact on child mortality rates. They found that the children who got the MMR vaccine had a greater chance of survival, not only being protected from the measles, but other diseases that killed the unvaccinated children. Along with what these experts said, how would you feel knowing that you were the reason a measles outbreak started? Let me help you answer that. You would probably feel pretty awful. Just this last year, there have been more than 700 confirmed measles cases in the United States, and thankfully none of them have been in Nebraska. This is due to Nebraska having one of the highest vaccination rates in the nation. The nation's median was 93%, and Nebraska had a 96% vaccination rate of children entering kindergarten. To wrap everything up, despite what anti-vaxxers say and do, go get vaccinated for measles, mumps, and rubella, not only to protect yourself, but also the community you let you live in. It wouldn't feel very good to know that you would be the reason a measles outbreak starts. In this speech, we talked about the dangers of not getting vaccinated for MMR, discussed the truth about the MMR and autism theory, and ended it by talking about the benefits of getting vaccinated. Thank you for watching my speech.